Welcome to the May 13th Jail and Zones production user call. We have Jan, Mr. Fu, yes, that's his name, love it, and myself, Michael, so far. And it is 4 weeks to BSD can. There are $500 Canadian travel grants available for about a week. Go check that out. And the calls have been very lightly attended, maybe thanks to weather and people being busy and trying to find out what's next for them. But one thought is to bring your topics and projects rather and hack on them, which I'm considering doing. Another alternative is just take a break. Clearly, we've solved every problem he's set out to solve. Ha ha. Jan's got some movement on his bug regarding a nullfs jail escape. That is 262179. Take a peek. And I had a brief discussion with Jan about his idea for a storage description language, which would indeed require a real libzfs, and I hope that conversation can rejoin with Rob, who's also been a bit busy. Jan pointed out yet another Intel side channel attack and vulnerability, so have a nice day with that. And Fu, welcome. I believe it's your first call, and you were curious about Podman news?
Yes, I am very excited about the momentum, and I'm curious about where we are today and where we will be tomorrow.
Jan, address that as best you can, and I will do some scrolling down to our last discussion of it.
I haven't done anything with Podman other than try spinning it up, running a shell, and seeing that it can work. I haven't used it, put it through its paces. Can't give you much of a progress report.
So from the last call, there was an update on FreeBSD being accepted as an OCI official platform. And Dave, who's not here today, has been quite active in helping shepherd that along. Doug Rabson has done the heavy lifting. And so this last call has a few links that you may find useful. I'll put the entire call doc in chat here for you. So there's that. And then basically all things OCI spec are making progress. And that said, you had some questions about debugging two jails. You have an RC script that works in one but not another. Can you tell us what daemon you're trying to run with that and achieve?
But before that, is it okay if I were to try to unpack the Podman progress a little bit more?
Sure, but we're not experts on it, so those links are there. But yeah, go. Yeah,
No
specific
problem.
questions to relay, or like what have you given it a try, for example?
Yeah, I have. I mean, spinning up a Podman, like downloading an image via Podman was easy. It was very smooth. Loading the kind of the hello world
Hmm.
equivalent was smooth. So what I try to do is I try to so I write a little bit of Python. So I try to install a fast API on it on a Podman container, and that didn't work very well. I tried to install package the some of the dependencies that are off the package, and that didn't work well either. So I'm like this. I didn't get this same level of friction when I use a regular jail. I'm trying to understand, like, is what I'm experiencing unique to me, or like are these also already experienced by the jail maintainers, or rather the Podman maintainers, and like is there a change coming that addresses this?
Ah,
Can you rephrase the question?
yeah. Did you document exactly what was going wrong? Because maybe you found a
Yeah,
bug, maybe not.
it's a
You're
very
welcome,
simple
Rod.
thing, right? So what I do is that I try to install fast API, right?
Oh,
I install Python, that's fine. Then I try to create a virtual environment, and then from the pip in that virtual environment, I try to install fast API as a dependency. And
okay.
fast API depends on Rust.
Oh
There's a whole
boy.
series of like compilation that just didn't work. So I said, fine. In that case, I'll just use the PKG, the one that the fast API that's available in the PKG, but that didn't work well either. It still fails. So I'm seeing like CC compiler errors. But this is very. So my point is that like as much as the base container looks great,
Yeah.
It's just at the developer level is doesn't look useful enough.
Okay. Do you have
Um,
that working on a normal system without a jail?
so
Yes. If I were to
Okay.
use Bastille, I use it and I try to install it. I have on a regular jail, no
Yep.
problem. I run it nightly. I have a nightly build, and that's fine. It's very stable.
Oh,
It's just that when I try
okay.
to use Podman, it doesn't work.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if you're
that is
missing a
probably
VFS or something. Go ahead.
because Podman, the default container example shipped by the project are very stripped down. So it's probably that you're just missing certain libraries and headers from the base system because the installed Podman J was like, what was it? Less than 100 megabytes. That's not enough for a fully featured FreeBSD user land. So it's probably just missing files which, yeah, you would have to use Builder to create your own fully featured FreeBSD image with potentially just a full user land with all of it 3.5 gigabytes before compression. And
Yeah.
that's not something you want for production deployment of compiled software. So yeah,
If
there
it's
are
a
some rough edges.
if it's a relatively simple binary and collection of things, you could try truss or dtrace or some other way to just see what the proper one does when initializing and then watch it in
Rust
parallel on the
compiler
other
is
one,
not a
just see
simple
what's
binary.
failing. And if you're really lucky, it logs what it's doing and tells you. Anyway, just a thought. Um, welcome, Rod. Fu is
Yo,
joining from Bangkok. And Fu, was your startup script question related to also Podman and Steel, or is that totally separate?
That's totally separate. That's
Okay.
this one. The startup script story should be a simpler one. I
Okay.
can run you through, and hopefully it's just a human error, and I'm happy to be the cause of that problem.
I see. So you've got one working, one not, correct?
I have one working and one not working. Yes.
Got it. Running the same daemon, same application?
Yeah, they are both running on off. No. The way they kick off is the same. It's just that the application that they run is different. But I think the application is immaterial, right? It's a startup process.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to share anything, or
Do you want
how
me
can
to
we
share
help
my
you?
screen?
If
Do you want me to
it's
share
up
my
to
screen
you,
now?
can you
Yeah.
make the two side by side? Sure, why not? I'm game.
Do you okay? So you want me to put your screen shares beside mine? Is that what you're saying?
If you have the two terminals side by side, so you can, I don't know, see both systems and what they're
Ah,
attempting to do. Just a thought.
okay. So let me see if I can set up my screen that way. I have a very archaic way of doing things, so I hope you don't laugh at me.
Oh, I bet Rod and I and Jan can come up with more archaic ways.
Mm. So let's see if I can. All right. Do you want me to share my screen now?
Sure, go for it. Yep.
Okay. Share screen. Please parent share. Okay. I'll share this screen. All right. So I will. So to the let's use the left and the right. The left is happy experience. The right is the
Okay.
unhappy experience. Okay. So I have I'm running a dev pi jail here, and if you look at my startup script, is pretty simple, right? Almost taken off, lifted off the FreeBSD docs. You notice that I have a doas here. I have the arguments are listed here, and it works, right? Let me show you what it looks like on the DevPy. Okay, so let me see if I can. Oops, this is date. Sorry. Okay, so if you look at the one on the right, it looks very similar because it's literally copied over from the dev pi jail. Everything looks the same. It's just that it didn't start, right? Here's the fun
Did you
part.
make it executable?
That's the first question somebody asked me. Yes, it's executable, and I can show you why.
Can you run it like not like that? Run it with sh dash up EUX.
So back up, probably a dash,
Sorry,
no space.
not A, I, yep, with no space between the dash and the letter, Madness.
EUX or AUX?
Like that, and then your script name and the argument start.
Okay, like this.
Yep. You have to go into the directory or use an absolute path.
Okay, shall I do this again?
Yes. Remove the U for now. Now we're getting somewhere. That's a trace of all the
This is so cool.
states in the shell script. Okay.
And it
So
never hurts to do a -n execution, which simply validates the syntax to some degree.
Well, the syntax is so simple that I
Oh, I know,
skip
but
that step.
one typo is
So
all you need.
as you can see, it runs the limit -c daemon do as -u app in a tmux. If you now do tmux ls as the user app.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know what I'm looking at. Everything looks
Okay.
fine.
The long line above the underscore return, limit -c. No, 5 or so lines.
Here?
No, the last long line.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's where it truly executes your stuff.
Okay, it returns 0, so that's good, right?
Ignore that for now. Just take this line.
This whole line.
Copy paste it, yes.
Okay.
And try to run it yourself.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay, so there is a duplicate session. So I think, okay, let me kill this. Sorry, this is probably
Tmux, just kill the session or attach it and see what's running in there.
Yeah. Okay, let me try this.
Try to run your command again.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to load. Let me see whether this really is a human error.
The real question is, why do you try to run your code in tmux?
I'm just
almost other than for some hacky developments reason, that's probably never the right way.
Yeah, it's just my lazy way of trying to figure out how just to get the standard out, right? I can probably dump it to a log, but
we have a command called daemon in the base system, which can read from standard out an error and forward the lines to syslog.
Okay, and I can run the daemon as a user.
Yes, that's just a command you use to turn arbitrary scripts into daemons.
Okay.
But if you're writing in Python and it's your own code, the proper way to do would probably to have your Python script demonize itself. But yeah, sometimes it's not really needed.
I can definitely look into the daemon bit. Can I just close off the issue, my issue first? I just want to make sure that it seems to work well. So let me see whether try to restart the jail and see whether the problem persist. Okay, so I'm going to restart. Right. Okay. Let me come back in again. Okay, see,
you have to do it as the user app.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you
I'm
are the
loading
user
as the
app.
user.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the service enabled?
I'm sorry?
Did you enable the service? Can you run
Yes.
cat/etc/rcconf?
So I kind of know this because as a root, I can try to do this, right? I can start this. If it's not enabled, it wouldn't work.
What happens when you try this?
It works. See, when I try to do this manually,
Okay. Can you run cat/etc/rc.conf?
I'm sorry, say again.
Oh,
Let me drop that into chat.
yeah, I can do it too. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, keeps capitalizing it. Oh, there you go. You beat
Okay,
it.
let me try to kill my tmux first. Okay. Blah blah blah. catrc.conf. Okay, got it.
Okay, you did enable it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you see my frustration, right? Like everything looks like it's working well, except it doesn't.
Oh,
But you have a tmux session,
I killed it.
but you had one. So it did start.
It did start. It does start if I manually do this. If I do this, it will work.
And could it be that that you have forgotten to mention some dependency in your service?
My service has almost no dependencies. Like I wouldn't know. Like if you look at my script, right, the script is as simple as it gets. I mean, the startup script is as simple as it gets. The application itself is also a simple pip install. There's no.
What about looking at the output of RC order, Jan?
Yep, good idea. But if it doesn't have any dependency, it would just go to the front, pretty much. And one of the possible problems is that the network for something pip tries to check is not yet ready because you haven't listed any dependencies.
But my point
Can you
is that
cut your script again?
My point is that the application is already installed, right? There's nothing. All the dependencies are already installed.
That's fine.
Yeah. So that's my question is like, why would it be a problem now?
I don't know. What happens? Can you restart the jail again so that we get the fresh restarted jail?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. This is Bastille, by the way, if anybody.
I know.
Yeah.
I haven't done much with it. But yeah.
Yeah. So I restarted it.
Now if you attach to your tmux session, is there a tmux session attached to
let me check. No.
as the user app?
Yes. No.
Why did you? Okay, wait. Why did just typing app turn you into that user? Do you have a script
It's
for it
a
or
macro.
shell alias?
It's just a macro to log in. Yeah, switch user.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's basically do as -u app or what?
No, it's just SU, I think.
Okay.
So over here, this is a macro that I have. How do I see macros?
Type.
I can probably.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's a shell alias. That's fine.
Yeah. Where is it? Well, I mean,
Probably the last
it's nothing.
line
It's,
there
yeah.
in the
App is really just a macro for SU minus L app.
Okay, that's fine. In that case, just do an app.
Yep.
And tmux A
A?
for attach.
Yeah.
Okay, there are no sessions.
There's nothing running right now. So you can see it didn't start up.
Yep, could now do something like if the host is fairly idle, you could do a dwatch execve to see
Can
if
you
you could.
can you put that into the chat for me? A
Yep.
dwatch.
Something like this on the host in a second terminal.
On the host. Okay.
Yes.
So on my host, you want me to do a dwatch execve.
Yes.
Do I need to run this as a root?
Yes, because it requires dtrace.
Okay.
And now in a login, and then you will see every execve system call as it happens.
So you want me to to go back to the jail?
No, create a new terminal window and SSH in.
I can use this one on the left if that works.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. So you want me to go back into the jail?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, nice.
You see all the commands that get invoked, okay?
Yeah.
X-ray
And now
vision.
when you restart the jail,
Okay, when I restart the jail, okay.
you should get it. You can auto stop the jail. Okay, now you get it all. It happens.
Mm. It looks nice. I just don't know what I'm looking at.
We're looking at all the commands the kernel executes
Yeah.
as they're executed. The command line every time something gets executed.
I don't see any red herrings here. Everything looks fine.
Where does it try to start your code?
Great question.
Do you have to do you have to provide the startup command in Bastille, or does it handle that for you?
I think it does. It does for me. Let me just do a quick check.
Because it's a bit short for all the startup code. So if you and for the
So exec start is
yeah, that's
here.
fine.
Yeah, it looks like it should,
Exactly.
right?
That's a generic command to just invoke the RC scripts, as in all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should work. I mean, it looks like it should work. I mean, these tools are great. I just haven't found.
What I'm wondering is, where does it invoke your Python code?
Yeah, I don't see it.
What? Do you have any familiarity with Bastille as a jail manager?
As a user, yes, but if you ask me to look under the hood, then maybe not so much.
And Rod,
I
are you
asked-
available to, I don't know, give a second set of eyes?
I have no
Or is it-
experience there at all.
No worries.
I don't even run jails.
Uh,
So do you think that this is more an issue with Bastille? Like if I were... do you
This
think-
looks like a configuration issue.
It looks like a missing execute bit somewhere.
Yeah, I don't see the local scripts running.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering is, why is it so short? Yeah, because the rc.sapra startup of all the jail services should be a bit more noisy. Oh, wait, you have disabled basically all of them. Yeah, okay. A bunch of jailed sysctl check that RC scripts disabling themselves. Yeah. Yeah. Log quotations just happening, okay. So if you stop the jail,
If I were to stop the jail,
yep. Okay, then press enter a few times on the right side so that we have a visual separator. And then start the jail. Oh, okay. And now press Command C on the right side.
All right.
And we can now scroll up a bit. Okay, that makes more sense. If you scroll up until we find our separator.
Oh, you want to find the separator? Okay.
Well, we have the empty
Okay,
lines.
here we are. Here we
Okay,
are.
that's more like it. If we now slowly go down, at some point here. Okay, down. Robust, why are you so loaded? A bit further down and down. At some point we should see it on RC order. Here, okay, now we're
Oh,
getting to the point where it mounts the file systems.
yeah.
And there's the RC order I've been looking for. And so your script is further down.
Okay, RC order is here. Okay,
Yeah,
the
that
C
sorts
daemon is
the
here.
RC scripts by dependency order,
Yeah.
just the topological sort.
Okay,
now
there's a
down,
logger.
further down.
Failed to start procs PI.
Uh-huh.
So it tries to start, but it didn't work.
Yep. And we see that, okay, and if you go down, we see that you're so early in the startup order. Try to add a dependency on daemon or something. Very
Dependency on
late.
daemon?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yep.
No, I think it's no.
Or login even later. Just add a dependency on login.
So you want to require on
login. All
this one?
uppercase. All uppercase. Sorry.
That's it?
Yep. And restart the jail.
Oops, I forgot to do this.
You don't have to just go into the jail and check if your tmax session is running as the user.
Hey, it works. You did it. You did it.
The problem was that the library cache wasn't initialized, so the system didn't know where to find the libraries.
Oh my goodness. This is so amazing. It didn't know where to find the library. Sorry, can you expand on that a little bit?
So tmax is installed from packages.
Yes.
So and library dependencies and so on it uses are also provided by packages. And you have to have the linker hints file to properly locate the library dependencies. Before that, you can't use those commands. And because you didn't have a dependency on that, the system just tried to run that and says, oh, but in my fallback search path of /lib and /user local lib, I can't find your libraries because it didn't know to search in user local lib.
It's not part of the path yet.
Yeah.
So,
and because there's nothing slow in your jail startup to work around, it's easy to just put it basically at the last big target in the startup order so that it starts after a login is available.
Okay. So yeah, would you say
could figure out the exact dependencies, but it wouldn't make a difference. And login is a safe very
Okay.
late point in the startup order.
You basically answered
So-
my question. Is I think you're saying I was going to ask you like is login just a safe require
So
line?
if you go to the etcrc.d directory,
Yep.
and then you can see all the startup scripts.
Yep.
And if you now do an RC order, star, it will sort all of those.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So Damon is here.
And you can see that they're pretty much at the end.
Oh, login is here.
Yep.
Okay. So if I were to
So-
actually want to be even safer, I'll just put the required jail.
That would only make sense if your jail contained other jails.
Oh, okay. So between if I were to do login, that means like all these things will not be available for my script.
Yes.
Okay.
And none of those are needed.
I would reckon you are right. Yeah.
So sendbell is disabled. inetd isn't used. SSHD may be used, but it's not enabled. Okay. You don't have a system console. You can't set any sysctls anyway. FTPD is gone. You don't have to serve the kernel messages. You don't have to fcheck any file systems. You don't
Yeah.
have any jail dependencies. And the secure level is already raised if you're a jail.
But if I want to be really, really safe, why don't I just do a require secure level? Then I'll be really safe.
No, you wouldn't.
No?
No. That's like saying, hey, if I pull my padlock 5 times instead of 3 times, I'm safer. It doesn't matter. Rattling it once is enough.
Okay.
You
Okay,
just have to have
Uh-huh.
the right dependencies. So LD config would probably be correct. That's
Sorry,
the
say again.
requirement. So you probably would be fine with require : LD config.
LD config.
But if you require a line,
I don't see it. Oh, sorry.
less.
This one.
Yep, that's probably the one you.
But if I do require on LD config, all these things will not be available yet. IPsec
Yeah,
all
but
the way
both of them are disabled by default
Yeah.
or even unavailable in a jail.
Oh, they are already unavailable in the jail. Okay, got it.
Like something like GSSD, there makes no sense to have in a jail because the jail, isn't responsible for the host to user space communication for providing you with a Kerberos ticket for Kerberized NFS or something like that. Or you probably won't expose the character devices needed to run something like geomgate in a jail. Not that it's technically impossible, just that it's not very sensible to do.
I think I made a mistake. I actually did a required networking, but it was all lower caps, and I think that's why it didn't catch.
Yeah, then it would just emit a warning, which is probably not printed to you through the extraction of Bastille.
Yeah.
Networking all uppercase makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Yeah, these all uppercase names are just markers. So that you can say, hey, if you need this, you put it in require. If you want to become part of it, like for example, I don't know, you're writing your own DHCP client, you would say then before whatever. So you can have forward and reverse dependencies in RC order.
Got it. So I think just to summarize, login is great. The other option is LD config, right? That's what you said.
LD config is probably enough, but networking is the safe bet, which makes sense for a daemon. And you're
Yeah.
only supposed to have one of those lines, I think.
Yeah. So I just
And basically use white spaces, just spaces. Yeah, that should also work.
white spaces.
Yeah, just use spaces if you have multiple requirements, like you could
Oh,
write require.
like this.
Yeah, but that's redundant.
Yeah, I know it's redundant. Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you
All
very much,
better?
Jan.
Hey,
This was really
great.
helpful.
So,
Yeah.
quick question for you. Where does one get, say, used Dell, Lenovo equipment in Bangkok?
So what kind of, are you talking about like server rack mounted
Yep. Just say
hardware?
like a Dell 1 and 2U servers and Lenovo ThinkPads, etc.
There is like a building that is basically where you see a whole like it's littered with shops that sell computer parts. I wouldn't be surprised if you can find a few shops that sell. Oh, sorry, you're talking about new or used?
Both actually,
Okay, yeah.
but
So
primarily secondhand.
okay, so Fortune Town is a place you want to go to in Bangkok.
Fortune
Uh,
Town?
yeah, Fortune Town.
Cool,
It
thank you.
is. It is what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sounds like the Akibara of Bangkok.
it is like Akihabara is probably a little bit more fancy. Fortune
Well,
Town is
yeah, but it's the gold standard, so sorry, bad example,
close.
but
Yeah,
uh
yeah. Yeah, it's
yeah.
probably the poor man's Akihabara.
Oh, hey, no worries.
Yeah.
Cool. Uh Great. Well, thanks for joining. I'm glad that was clarified. And dare I snarkily say that's another reason to have tmux in base. Just saying. I installed FreeBSD 14.2 on a white i4 iBook, and building tmux took like 2 hours. It's one of the first things I installed. And I thought, oh, I'll build it from ports. And it did build successfully, but oh my gosh, it took a long time. So I would love to have that in base. You heard it here first.
Wait, when did you run FreeBSD on a
Last week.
32-bit
Last week.
board?
Last week. And it worked because to the broader point of PowerPC elevation in the community with modern open power hardware, I thought I'd check the state of things on my old machines. And the old iBook was actually the more reliable. I can't tell what's going wrong with my tower. Anyway, other thoughts, questions, ideas, travel and shopping advice? If not, Jan, let her rip.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you. Have a great one. Take care, Mr. Fu.